I get eager scrolling through a dozen mattress listings, feeling the pressure to make a choice that won't leave you tossing and turning for weeks. You've probably spent a night or two on a cheap foam pad only to wake up sore, or you've tried a pricey innerspring that kept you hot all night. The fear of dropping a few $100 on something that just won't work for your body is real, and that's why I'm going to break down the Purple Restore mattress in soft firmness so you can decide if it's worth the investment for your sleep situation. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the problem this mattress is trying to solve. Traditional memory foam mattresses are notorious for trapping heat, while standard spring mattresses can feel too bouncy or give you a sink-in feeling that leaves you without proper spinal support. Purple's answer is the GelFlex Grid, a hyperelastic polymer that flexes under pressure and instantly springs back, paired with a coil core that's supposed to give you that just right balance of contouring and responsiveness. In practice, this means that when you lie down, the grid creates a personalized pressure map, and the coils underneath keep the whole surface from sagging over time. If you're someone who sleeps on their side, the soft version of the Restore is meant to hug the curves of your hips and shoulders without the stuck-in foam sensation. I've heard from a few people who suffer from hip pain that the grid's ability to flex around pressure points can reduce the feeling of a hard edge digging in. For a back sleeper, the coil core adds a little bit of lift under the lower back, so you're not sinking too deep. That combination can be a real win if you've tried a pure foam mattress that left you feeling too melted into the surface, or an innerspring that felt too bouncy for a night of deep sleep. Now, let's be clear about who should actually consider buying this mattress. If you're a lightweight sleeper, say under 150 pounds, and you prefer a surface that feels more like a supportive hug than a solid platform, the soft version could be a good match. The GelFlex Grid is designed to flex more readily, so lighter bodies get the full benefit of the pressure mapping technology. If you tend to sleep hot, the grid also claims to draw excess heat away, and the coil core adds airflow channels that help dissipate warmth. So for anyone who's had night sweats on a dense foam mattress, this could feel noticeably cooler. On the flip side, if you're a heavier sleeper or you share the bed with a partner who moves a lot, you might run into a couple of trade-offs. The grid, while flexible, isn't as firm as a high-density foam block, so there's a chance you'll feel a subtle squish if you put a lot of weight on a single spot. Some users who are used to the firmness of traditional innersprings have reported that the edge support feels a bit softer, meaning you could roll off the side more easily if you sit up in bed. The edge-to-edge coils do help, but they aren't as rigid as a dedicated edge reinforcement system you'd find on a premium spring mattress. The rating on Amazon sits at a modest 3.8 out of 5 from 229 reviewers, which tells us the product lands somewhere in the middle of the satisfaction curve. That isn't a glowing endorsement, but it's also not a disaster. It suggests that a sizable chunk of owners find the unique feel of the GelFlex Grid worthwhile, while another portion may be disappointed by the softness or the lack of a traditional firm feel. In real-world terms, that translates to a mattress that works well for a specific set of sleepers, those looking for pressure relief, a cooler night, and a bit of bounce, while others who crave a more classic firm feel might end up wishing they'd gone with a different option. Let's walk through a typical night with the Purple Restore. You slide onto the bed after a long day, and the first thing you notice is the immediate give of the surface under your hips. The grid flexes, making you feel like the mattress is molding to you rather than you molding to the mattress. As you settle in, you start to feel the coils underneath subtly lift the lower spine, which can reduce the common hollow back sensation you sometimes get on all foam beds. If you're a side sleeper, the grid's ability to conform to the curve of your shoulder can alleviate that dreaded shoulder pressure that often leads to waking up with a sore arm. Meanwhile, the airflow through the coil core means you don't wake up drenched after a night of tossing. But there's a nuance. Because the grid is soft, if you shift around a lot, you might hear a faint pop as the coils adjust. It's not a loud squeak, but a soft thud that some people find mildly distracting until they